Chainsaw nerds.
Number 1. When processing wider logs, protect the chain and bar by using an auxiliary oiler. It can be added to the outboard end of the bar. Number 2. Always ensure that the length of the log rail exceeds the logs being milled. Number 3. To minimize wood warping, paint the ends of the logs. This controls the loss of moisture. Number 4. Once the logs have been cut into slabs, store them under proper cover. Also, space them properly. The logs will dry much faster if you keep them elevated and off the ground. Number 5. After you have finished to cut, do not shut down the engine immediately. Letting the engine run idle for 30 to 40 seconds allows it to cool down. Number 6. Chainsaw milling generates a lot of sawdust. It is a good idea to position the log in a way that ensures that the fumes and sawdust are blown away from the saw operator. Number 7. Do not move the chainsaw back and forth while cutting the log. It will result in a rough, gouged board surface. Try and maintain a straight and smooth action. Number 8. When milling very dry hardwood, slice off a few inches from the starting point. Your chain will stay sharper for longer. Number 9. When cutting through the log, do not stop in the middle. Try to cut the entire slab in one go. Having a chainsaw with a throttle lock helps with this step. Number 10. Whenever possible, the log should be positioned off the ground. Use sawhorses or gluts. This will ensure a better working position for you. Ideally, if you're cutting a large quantity of logs, it helps if you don't have to kneel down while milling the logs. Get a more comfortable grip while milling your logs, and consider adding extra handles to your sawmill. Number 11. Another way to make the process easier is to position the log on a slope and cut it downhill. This position makes gravity work for you. Make sure you have something securing the end of the log or it will slip, depending on your hill placement. Number 12. The chainsaw bar and the rail should always be parallel to each other. Number 13. Before you start milling, check for any loose bolts, nuts and fasteners. You do not want them to come undone while you are milling the log. Number 14. Whenever possible, avoid cutting down live trees. Trees felled by wind, driftwood, or wood discarded by large commercial lumber units and other reclaimed wood are good raw materials for small-scale chainsaw milling projects.
Subscribe to Chainsaw Nerds